concerned about the broad range of resistant bacteria that makes people ill, and the fact that it puts them at risk for infection, sometimes infection over time, and they can get it many times in their lifetime. So we've been working very hard to try to estimate how often this happens, how often they have it on their body, whether or not there are certain things that put them at special risk for getting infection, and most importantly, how can we prevent that? How do we get the bacteria either off their body or find ways to prevent it from diving down and producing infection? So it's becoming a major problem for the world, and we study it primarily in the United States, trying to understand what we can do better and how we can conserve our antibiotics. The topic that I'm speaking about is whether or not the types of things that we use to get these superbugs off the body can actually become resistant. So over time, if we use them in great quantity or too much, do we actually see the bugs getting smarter, being able to avoid the things that we're using to try to prevent infection? And we're talking a little bit about how often that happens with the different products, and overall finding that it is a concern, but in general it is less of a concern than we have yet to see. And we have to be vigilant for the future. Topical products that are used to try to get rid of superbugs, either the antibiotics or the antiseptics, can indeed breed different types of resistance. I think it depends on what you define resistance as. Sometimes resistance is small, doesn't have a lot of clinical effect, and you can still treat and get rid of the organism. And other times resistance can be quite concerning, and it looks like over time we might actually lose that agent to be able to be helpful. So I think we are in a process of trying to understand how closely we need to monitor, how closely we need to test for resistance, and then to see how long these products will last. A good number of them are very, very effective. They can prevent a good deal of infection, a lot of significant infections and death, and we want to be able to use them as long as possible. ICPIC is really a tremendous conference. It is just the right size, just a tremendous amount of exchange of ideas and culture. And one of the reasons why ICPIC is so important is because it brings together a wealth of people from different countries who can talk about their different approaches to the same problems that we find in all of our countries. And sometimes just a different perspective can help you a long way in trying to find a solution to get to zero so that we can protect our patients in the best way possible.